Hey everyone, this is the Geeky Panda here. I'm joined by
Psycho. I am the lead graphic designer from Iyashikei.moe.
And Tom the Forcer Anubis. I am the lead content creator and head editor of Iyashikei.
Now, Anime Boston 2016 came and went, and we are still literally in the hotel here Sunday night. And here we're going to be talking about Anime Boston, the good, the bad, and the downright fucking ugly. Which
I guess we can start off by saying it was pretty much a line simulator, according to most of the people.
Yeah, let's do clear the elephant of the acknowledge the elephant in the room. Yes, LineCon, but no TSACon with LineCon.
Just about.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, a lot of the issues were not necessarily the long lines, but primarily a lot of the lines being outside. It was raining on Friday, so it was a little uncomfortable.
Yep.
There was a lot of enhanced security, which we did talk about in a previous video, wands, metal detectors, so it was uncomfortable for larger cosplays.
Now, the interesting thing is that it wasn't originally in the plan to have these metal detectors and this extra security. It was only, I was told, after Brussels, where they were, it wasn't Anime Boston, it was actually the convention itself saying, hey, we're going to need this extra security, and this was almost last second, so that's why it seemed like logistically and just how they set it up, it was kind of, it was the best they can do in the short amount of time they had.
Exactly.
Interestingly enough, on the Anime Boston social page on Facebook, there weren't a lot of complaints about mishandling with props and stuff, but
which is good.
There were a lot of complaints on how it was actually set up. There weren't enough lines. There were only 4 metal detectors, and 3 of them were apparently dedicated to bags only.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the bag line was actually significantly faster than the non-bag line. So a lot of people were really upset about that.
I was actually expecting them to move over one of the lanes and
It never happened.
Yeah.
open up the no bag line, but they never did that.
Like, it was literally split down the middle, and it's just, they didn't have another station or 2 extra to kind of help feed in the people. It's just during peak times of the day, you would be waiting outside, and you're just waiting outside. And when you get inside, you're still waiting. You're not even inside the convention center.
I heard at peak times it was a half hour or more to try to get in there.
Which it was interesting enough that it's also registration seemed like it was its own LineCon experience too.
I have no experience with that. I pre-registered on Thursday,
Yeah,
so
same.
Yeah, but I'm hearing a lot of flack on the social that it was lying for registration-wise on Friday and Saturdays.
well, that's to be expected.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
And I mean, all of this is to be expected. Anime Boston 2015 was very similar in the way the lines were done. Nothing really changed. The lines were still outside last year as well. It's just this year there was the rain, so that really sucked.
And also, they opened up they had the additional entrances, including the Boylston Street and the 3rd floor of Sheridan, which when people figured out the 3rd floors, more people started using it, and then they shut it down.
They attempted to
Yeah.
alleviate some of the congestion in the major lines, but the problem was there wasn't enough. They didn't really, not a lot of people knew that these other entrances were there, so the lines were tiny there. So everyone was just kind of complaining about the major line, but if you were smart, you could go and sneak in on the 3rd floor.
Even then, they shut it down the 3rd floor on Saturday.
Exactly.
Oh, did they?
At a certain point,
Yeah.
they shut it down, and I guess then they opened it back up.
And it was only for VIPs
Yeah,
or
they opened it back up for VIPs and
it was
staff
just
and whatnot.
logistically, it was a mess. I'm surprised.
And what happened? What was curious to me is they had advertised that on their website. They said, "Hey, this entrance does exist."
No one saw that.
No one saw
took
it.
advantage
No
of it.
one clearly read it. They all thought, hey, this is the main entrance that we've been always going to year in, year out. I'm going to stick with this entrance because it's what I know. It's what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah,
and then people,
Exactly.
I saw people using the Boylston Street entrance more often. But again, it's you can't, some people, they don't read the website at all. Or they're not on Facebook or social media as much.
Right,
They just,
yeah, exactly.
all they know is, I need to get to this
What
con.
we need to remember is that not everyone is following AB on Twitter, on Facebook, following the website and whatnot. They're just registering and going to the convention.
Even then, I'm surprised though. They have the big freaking boxes there. They were I saw a lot of props.
Yeah, apparently there's a lot of confiscations with Nerf guns too,
Yeah.
Nerf guns.
Right.
So they were definitely tight on security, but that's to be expected. That was all already mentioned. Like,
Absolutely. That was in the rules. So
you knew the risks bringing any functioning prop, weapon, Nerf gun. It doesn't matter. You knew what would happen.
Well, even then, it's just like some of the people, I can tell they weren't trained specifically for the task. Like this one guy, he took my rubber practice pistol. It was completely made out of rubber, no moving parts at all. He tried sliding it back.
It didn't even have a trigger.
Yeah, it didn't even have. He tried sliding it back like he was expecting to eject a bullet, and it was like, dude, it's rubber. Like
You can tell by the texture and the feeling that
Exactly.
it was not a real gun.
yeah,
just solid
like.
rubber.
And even then, it's just like I don't think that some of the staff was specifically trained for this task. Like I think they had like basically like again last second like a brief rundown like this is the game plan and we're just gonna roll.
Well, it was really short notice from the Brussels incident. So
Yeah. But, like I can't really blame them, but it's just like they didn't have enough time to properly
Exactly.
And even then it's like they didn't have a trial run of okay let's figure out if this even worked. But it was interesting that even like everyone had to be scanned, including I believe some of the artist alley, the dealers. But I don't think they went through their stuff because of risk of like you don't want to sort of show your money or something like that. So obviously privacy. But it was just. But after that, you're finally fucking inside. You're finally in fucking inside the
Part of
place.
the thing is, what that causes is congestion inside the convention because people want to stay in the convention.
Yeah.
They know they can't just go back.
Yeah.
So the beginning hallway was heavily packed at certain points in time.
Saturday was the worst day. We all know that entry area.
Yeah, the entire entryway.
It was extremely packed.
a lot of people just standing there too in the entrance. And to make matters worse, it's just like we mentioned in our previous video. You got to come into these metal detector areas prepared, and I witnessed people going through the metal detector and having to get backed up and take the thing out of their pocket, and then go through again and then be like, oh, here's another thing in my pocket.
Yeah,
so
like I said.
it was the con-goers honestly creating a lot of the problem.
Because they weren't expecting it. Like for me, I took my helmet and I literally cell phone, like flashlight, like my wallet, like my headphones, anything that was metal.
Yeah.
I put it right in there. And even then, I was like, when it beeped, I knew exactly like, oh, what is this? Like the guy was scanning my freaking boot here, which I don't know why he scanned the boot. I was like, what is this? Like, it's a zipper. But I was telling them like, yeah, this is like a metal button I have in here. This is a pull vest where I pull it and it's like it just comes apart, and
the plate carrier.
Yeah, the plate carrier. But it was just like all the people there were like, it's like, oh, oops, oh, oops,
And it happened a whole bunch.
Yes.
yeah. It was like a combination. It's like it wasn't like one specific thing. It was like a combination of everything that just rolled right into it, like a snowball effect.
Mm-hmm. So
of course, okay, let's say yes, safety first, but it was a really annoying safety first. But safety, it was just. Let's hope next year they, improve.
It needs a little streamlining. The way they set up the lines and the entrances, it needs work, definitely.
Yeah. Like maybe more stations, better trained people, and having signs. Out and telling people, hey, make sure you get anything in your pockets that's metal ready to be taken out, put in the tray.
Pockets, put in the tray.
And if you come in with like a bag, like if it's a backpack, open the zippers up, and just don't be a dick. Just hey, what's this? Oh, hey, what's that? Oh, hey, just keep it going.
One thing I do want to point out is that, as far as my experience goes, the security staff is really professional.
Yeah, I had not a single issue whatsoever.
So, put the bag on the table, they go through it, they push it to me, thank you sir, and I go out.
I felt like I was at work because it's the same kind of thing I
Yeah.
do, and it was like easy. It's like give them bag, check bag, they give bag back to you. Go through thing. Okay, you beeped. Wand. Okay, you're all clear. Have a nice day.
Exactly.
I never really had any issues with security. I was actually very impressed by that. And this wasn't just the convention security. This was Boston PD. They had Securitas, which is it's a third-party security firm, and they
The
were
place was heavily staffed, and I didn't witness a single act of unprofessionalism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were highly professional with what they were
They
doing.
even had
Yeah.
like police in full tactical
Yeah.
gear, but they were like professional. They weren't like, trying to like, bait people into like, oh, okay. No, they were just there doing a job, making sure the area's safe. There were bomb sniffing dogs everywhere, making sure no one was bringing in something really dangerous.
I definitely think we addressed the elephant in the room.
Certainly.
So, as far as the actual convention goes, what's the,
I didn't go to a lot of panels, but the ones that I did go to were definitely enjoyable. Like the Faku panel with Jacob, he's a riot. It was fantastic. But dealer's room was okay, I guess. I feel like last year there was a little more content.
Last
to
year,
it.
yeah, I went through the dealers room. I had the same thing. Like I felt like last year it was better with more variety and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And stuff like the Crunchyroll booth, which I thought there would be like a live stream on the webcam or a cosplay thing.
A little more barren.
A little more barren.
Yeah. For as big a booth as they had, there was not much
No.
really there.
No. And then like even the other booths, it's just like
As for the booths, it was kind of like copy and paste.
Yeah.
It's like you see a booth that's selling this product, and then 3 booths down, it's the same product.
Yeah.
So
Nothing-
there was a lot of repetition.
nothing was really catching my eye. I'd be like, ooh, what's here? Like it was all like this is all the same shit being
You
sold.
go and see the same Shimikaze figure
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
4 different booths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of diversity with product.
The thing I have to say though is that you folks will see it in the clip that I upload that initially on Friday when myself and Amy Emoto Fever we were going to make our way into the thing with our Crunchyroll perks. Well, we came a little late and the doors were opening up, but everyone was like converging, like it was almost like a bottleneck.
Giant choke point.
It was like if you were claustrophobic, it was the worst spot to be in because everyone was pushing each other because they wanted to get in. It was this one doorway, and I noticed the Anime Boston staff and the security staff were like, "Don't push each other, stop!" Like they literally stopped the thing, and Amy got in, and I was right there, and they looked at me like, "Okay, it's like we're gonna do one at a time, starting with you." Like, "Thank you, I'm in." It was, oh my god, they really have to like make sure that doesn't happen again where people just fucking storm in the fucking
I
building
don't
there.
understand it. Like, people line up to get into the dealer room, and I'm like, it's not like you're gonna not get into the
Yeah.
dealer room.
Yeah.
Like if you really wanted to get in, the Crunchyroll premium perk of getting in 15 minutes early, there, and it's $12. You didn't need to shove someone to get in or like cause like a
At the
fucking
same
mess
time,
almost.
I found it really interesting because it was so packed in there, and then like around 3 o'clock on Friday, it was empty.
Yeah,
Empty.
that's what I noticed. It was like,
Yeah, it was like the temperature of the facility dropped 10 degrees,
greatly.
and it was very comfortable.
Yeah, which again, it's just nothing really. I didn't even buy anything in there.
And I think that this whole nothing really caught my eye can be applied to the whole con. I just wasn't overall really impressed. Aside from a few panels, I just
I never even met.
subjectively
Yeah.
speaking, I
I went to a few panels, and there was some stuff I enjoyed in the dealer room.
the dealer room was okay, but a lot of it, like I said, it's just a lot of it was the same shit.
But a lot of it was, I'd go to the same booths I always go to, the Faku booth, all the different distributors, Sentai, Funimation, Media
Like,
Blasters, all
like
that.
granted, yeah, like you go to the booths, that is going to be there. But it's-
Boobs, yeah.
The boobs, yeah. But it's just, it was just, yeah. I expected more, but
I mean, that said, though, when something caught my eye in the dealer room, it really did catch my
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah, you
Yeah, like-
definitely got a really nice haul. of-
like I had a few curious stares, and then that was it. But nothing really that made me want to be like.
Yeah, I was expecting higher quality figure like stations. I noticed a lot of it was like really cheap shit, dude.
It's
Really
the
cheap shit.
prize figures, and there's a
Yeah.
whole lot of prize figures.
When I went
Not a
to
lot of real-
Otakuthon in Canada, I was. The only thing that was like mind-boggling amazing at that con was the dealer's room. There were so many incredibly high quality figures, and I go to Kineticon and I go to Anime Boston, nothing even comes close.
Very really bad.
Yeah, well, Kineticon, we're not going to mention, but Anime Boston, like, but let's look at the people who come in, like, and like a lot, you know, they probably figure, hey, we'll sell the cheaper, not as good stuff, but it's a cheaper price, and a lot more people will probably buy because, you know, like we'll have maybe some high quality ones, but you know, you have to really look for.
When you find a gem, you find a gem.
You find a gem. I'm glad
you definitely found some good stuff.
Some gems, but the thing is, I go to the same booths across 3 days and see the same figures still.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And
like no one.
These like $35, $40, $50 prize figures.
Yeah.
That some of them are nice figures. Now, don't get me wrong, but I mean it's not like the real high quality, like 1/8 scale, 1/6 scale, 1/4 scale.
Yeah, like I went to New York Comic Con. They had some amazing high quality figures, and even some good mid tier figures as well. That I was like, holy shit, I need to buy this. Like at Anime Boston, I was like, okay.
Yes.
I was literally like, I looked at them like.
I think the food situation this wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting it to be.
Not as bad, but it was just.
I think my biggest issue was finding a drink.
Yeah.
There's like, you know, a vending machine in the parking garage, and that was empty on Friday. So you had to travel 7 days and 7 nights to get to a place to buy a drink.
Like the good thing was at the convention there were the water stations and stuff that were like sprawled out. They were like in like almost every panel room basically. But like outside of that, it was like Dunkin' Donuts. There was always a line if you needed a drink. The hotel.
That's Coke products. No one likes that.
Dog. Made lemonade.
I love Coke.
Coke is shit tier, dude. Sorry.
Hold on 1 second. Food situation wise, it wasn't as bad, but it was like you did miss it. Like the one thing that I liked is outside the convention center, down from the Dunkin' Donuts, there were the foods. There was these like food stall places. They were really good price. Like I bought like there was some Chinese food, lo mein and like orange chicken, and I bought it for like $7. I'm like, this is good.
Yeah,
this is
the
really
third-party
good.
places were great. The hotel stations that were set up next to the dealer's room was like $15 for a taco salad bowl.
That's the convention prices. They know they can make money. They know it's like someone's gonna
eating the money that you would have paid.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I made the mistake of going there on Friday, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
It's like $4.50 for a Mountain Dew.
I learned my lesson from PAX East, so it's better to bring the food and the drinks in rather than paying it inside the convention center. Plus, you know, it was hard enough to try to find a place to sit down and eat it.
Yeah, without the food court, there wasn't really a lot of comfortable places to.
You saw more people fucking like laying on those, sitting down, like that food area across from the dealer's room entrance. There were so many people sitting down around that area, and then people were sitting down on the walls and stuff, doing one thing or another, eating their food. Like, because I was like, what the fuck is this?
Food area was really half-assed. There was like 12 tables in there.
Yeah, it was just, and even then, it's like, how many people came, and it wasn't gonna fit much anyways.
Yeah,
it was like a speck. So, one of those things. It was.
I mean, with the food situation, it was just. To be perfectly honest, I didn't eat much anyway.
Yeah.
So it didn't really matter all that much to me. I just grabbed a few donuts from Dunkin' Donuts and ate those throughout the day.
Yeah, that Dunkin' made bank. That's all I'm saying. That Dunkin' Donuts made bank. But another thing is, all right, let's
We should graze the hotel situation. How we did not have another Katsucon this year. Or another. We did not have a Katsucon situation at Anime Boston.
As far as we know. As far as we know.
We would have known by now, I think, with Anime Boston Social on Facebook.
I mean, here's actually, give me 1 second. I think because they gave out these little pamphlets when you check in the hotel.
Oh yeah. This was the interesting part. Let's see that pamphlet.
So. This is what the pamphlet looks like.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is, welcome to Sheraton Boston Hotel. We are thrilled to have you here for Anime Boston 2016. This year, we're hosting daily contests to reward friendliness,
It's got vodka in it.
including complimentary stays and admission to Anime Boston 2017.
Doesn't taste bad.
Yeah.
So basically what they're saying is if you keep your hotel room clean, you might get into Anime Boston 2017.
Well, we definitely lost that in our hotel room.
To be honestly, I'm pretty sure that thing only applies to regular rooms. Like just regular ass hotel rooms.
Not the suites.
No,
Not the suites.
yeah, I think people when they pay extra money for
Because
suites, they're like, okay.
Because you're supposed to get according to that, you're supposed to have a letter in your hotel room before you.
Yeah, we never even saw that letter, anyways.
So we never got that.
One
One
thing I'd like to address is that the hotel they were very aggressive with certain things, including, I kid you not, the hotel key cards, which was decorated in Anime Boston themed, which was pretty awesome.
They done stepped up
Yep.
the.
They done stepped up.
They done stepped up with the cards. But the thing about this is, though, that you were only given a certain amount of cards, usually 4 max. If you lose the cards for whatever reason, you lose them. You have to pay an additional $10 to get a new one, and that to me is like, you fucking kidding me?
Well, to a certain extent, I'm thinking that's to incentivize not losing your key cards, because I'm sure that's a problem.
Well, we were holding it on like a fucking death grip, which now even if the cards were, let's say, demagnetized or something was wrong with them, no problem. They would fix it easily. It's just you can't lose it for whatever reason.
Yeah, exactly. So again, I'm pretty sure it's to incentivize don't lose your card. But
Yeah.
at the same time, if you do lose your card, the hotel gets some money. I can't really blame them for doing that.
Well, that, and I'm pretty sure they don't want any rooms to be UN refugee camps.
Wow, that's offensive.
But it's not like we got an African warlord outside with a golden AK-47 beret and aviator shades.
They can't afford that. You need to calm down. Aviators? This is 2016, guy.
It's like, I am the captain now.
Okay, cut that out, please.
Here's my thing. When the hotels, when they do this stuff, aren't stupid.
No.
They know people are. A lot of people are staying in the rooms.
Yeah, we were just about that last
Yeah.
night. We had we did have a noise complaint. Obviously, that sort of thing's unavoidable in certain situations. He was very polite. He addressed the situation and said, "You do it again, you're done. I'm aware you guys are packed like sardines in there. Just try to be respectful."
Well, like, regardless of like why you're packed in there, it's just, again, they were being very, like, if there was a party that sprung up and they caught wind, they would just shut it down. Like, I heard South Tower right across from us, they shut down like three parties. Like, it was like bam, bam, bam. Like, it was like, holy shit. And be wary, like, let's just say if you don't relax and chill with your friends, and you're like, yeah, you can laugh and shit, but when you start going like full fucking aggro,
You can't get upset if they try to close down your shit for being too loud.
Exactly,
yeah.
because at that point you're disrupting them.
You're not respecting anyone.
well, remember, folks, that sometimes the person next to you in the room is not even attending the convention. Maybe they're just doing a business trip and they just so happen to have a room here just to rest and relax. And the last thing they want is to be stayed up in the middle of the night, be like, what the fuck am I paying
business trips
for?
are exhausting. You don't want to have to deal with a bunch of kids who don't know how to control their liquor.
Exactly.
Yeah. So again, I recommend, like, if you are going to drink, don't go full on all out like Miami style beach party. Just relax, enjoy yourselves. This is a time to.
Should we address what happened in our room? No.
No,
We're not gonna do that. Okay.
I'll cut that out specifically.
Okay.
Overall,
Shit.
the elevator, we can't fucking avoid that. That was just. It's elevator con.
Honestly, I didn't really have much of a problem with the elevators. There were some
That-
long waits.
The
but-
elevator's unavoidable. It's
Yeah,
the
it is.
elevator's world. We're just living in
Yeah.
it. I mean, honestly.
I swear to God.
Which I recommend either you're on a lower level floor, you can take the stairs down, or you're at least on the 26th floor and up, so you can take those express elevators specifically.
Or if you're a couple floors below that, take the express elevator
Well, one thing
up
that I
and
found
the stairs down.
interesting was you can't even take the stairs. They had that blocked off for emergencies only, didn't they?
No,
I-
Oh, certain things you could
No.
go in. Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah. Me and Anubis did it today.
You're joking, right?
No, we're not joking.
Cut.
It's like, this is too much.
Shit.
But yeah, one thing I do want to acknowledge is that every year a whole bunch of really talented panelists do come to AB and get put on a lot of really good panels. Not necessarily everything that I'm going to be into, but the panels I did go to were really well done.
Yeah. Sadly, I never was able to go to any of the panels. I was just too tired. I just want to stay in my hotel room. But from what I heard from other people, you know, good job out there for all panelists, including Anubis here.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. We ran the Beginners Guide to Effed Up Hentai for the 4th year in a row at this AB.
Which I'd like to mention, I'm a little upset with the 4 or 5 additional panels that pretty much copied.
You know what? I'm not upset with it because I know mine's the best.
I know, but still, it was just really amusing to look at the panel list,
Yeah.
and there's like hentai that will leave you speechless, and then like the names they had for their panels were just
Question humanity. Something like
Yeah.
they were just
that.
like blatant rip-offs of what you've been doing for half a decade now.
And this is, I might have to call myself out on this later, but I'm 95% certain they were not very extreme as what we have going on in the Effed Up Hentai panel.
Yeah. I mean, I've co-hosted before. I know what kind of garbage is.
It's like we've seen some shit. Let's just say
a
that.
cesspool of all anime.
But yeah, I gotta give panelists, you know, the I did manage to get in some of the bigger events like the cosplay chess and the masquerade.
How was the masquerade?
Not that bad. Like, because I was pressed, they let me like stand on the sidelines and record and stuff. So the things that I've seen, I'm like, it was impressive. You know, people like go up there with the, like, the creativity, the acting, you know, with the little skits and stuff, and like the music. It wasn't that bad. It was packed.
Yeah,
But
masquerade is always a big hit.
yeah, but it's like I don't really go to those things, but I went in there to record and I'm like, huh. And like cosplay chess, there were funny moments in there that, you know, I enjoy. It's just, you know, there's going to be something out there for you at this convention, whether it be an event, a panel, maybe even a photo shoot.
Merchandise, just the experience as a whole.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
photo shoot wise, this was a pretty interesting year for photo shoots.
Oh yeah, MGS photo shoot had a huge turnout.
For Saturday, the thing about having a convention center that's packed is it's kind of hard trying to find an area that you can do a photo shoot in without causing traffic.
Exactly.
And the Metal Gear Solid photo shoot found a really nice area to do it, but the Star Wars one, it was just so many goddamn people there.
How many Kylo Rens were there?
There was a decent amount.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
To be expected.
To be expected. There was a decent amount, but it was just, there was some photo shoots that was so big that the security was like, you gotta move to a different area.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
It becomes a fire hazard.
Absolutely.
With all those, you know, childish Kylo Rens running around.
And it's like, ah!
An inability to grow up.
But, yeah, other than that, it's, what else is there to say?
I mean, there's some fantastic cosplayers out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, the cosplay.
definitely. Oh god.
What the fuck?
Konnichiwa.
Listen,
Killing
One
it.
Punch is important.
I did not see a lot of One Punch cosplayers. I was
There were
Actually, that's a contradiction because I've seen like 6,000 at this con, and they all had shaved heads. Every single one of them. Dedication.
I saw at least 3 One
I must have been the wrong. I saw a lot of Love Life
Love
cosplayers. They had like a fucking. There was a full-on booth in the.
They had Love Lives coming from Canada. That's how popular.
Their
that is.
merchandise sold out in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
Love Live is huge. Make no mistake.
I
No
was not
mistakes
even,
made.
This is like the
Good,
first.
good.
You know,
Hi.
good.
One thing I expected a lot more that I didn't see a whole lot of was Contact Collection.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I saw maybe 1 or 2.
I saw like 2 or 3 Shimikazes, but in like one, I think it was Congo, but other than that.
I didn't see a lot of
Couple
League of
actors.
Legends, but I heard there was
I
huge
did.
turnout for it.
I did see some
Yeah.
League cosplayers, but
I
I
saw
just.
a couple League I know I saw an Ari, I saw
I saw a few Aries.
I saw a Star Defender Lux, but
There was a
Yeah.
Nice.
there was a shit ton of Undertale cosplayers that definitely
Undertale was out.
that was big this year.
Thankfully, I didn't really see a lot of Homestuck this year. If any, I don't think I saw a single one actually.
I saw a few, but it wasn't as much, you know.
It wasn't a huge.
Yeah, it's clearly like now stabilizing, kind of like its own. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it petered out like Italia did.
Hitalia was huge in like
Oh my
2010, 2011.
Damn, I remember.
I remember the Hitalia
People-
gathering at one of the AAC.
They're walking, marching with flags, like 20 plus
Yeah.
people just walking around the con in unison.
Yeah.
The one thing I saw there, it was actually kind of really awesome, is I saw someone cosplaying Spike Spiegel with a full-on Ein plushie that he was kind of like, it looked like he was kind of walking the dog. And I'm like, wow, if more people can do like these like late 90s, early 2000s anime cosplays. I saw Vanishing Stampede.
Yeah.
Pretty decent one too. I was happy.
I would like to mention there was apparently a RuneScape cosplay.
What?
Are you kidding?
I didn't see it, but I saw pictures.
There was a
and
RuneScape cosplay.
representing that dragon longsword and red party hat, and I was a little moist.
Yeah,
It was good. Whoever did that, if you're watching, you're not watching.
Speaking of MMOs, I did see the Lich King after.
Really?
Cataclysm?
Yeah. The Lich King after Arthas dies. The person.
The one who takes over?
Yes. I think I saw it. It was either the Lich King, or that Lich King. But I did see a World of Warcraft cosplay like that.
Yeah, I saw like some other random ones, like some from I believe King's Tale, the episodic games.
You see the Mandalorians from Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
There's a few of them. There were a lot more in last year, I remember,
Yeah.
but this year there was a few.
Well, you know, you get your core Star
There's
Wars fans. But
quite a few Steven Universe.
yeah, Steven
That's the one thing
Universe.
about Anime Boston is it's so massive that there's a lot of diversity
Oh yeah.
with the cosplays.
Yeah. How about them lines? This is the one thing I don't get. The line
for the FW anti-panel was big.
Well, certain lines for certain things, they did it in a really weird way. Like third floor, I think you were with me. They had a line almost in the middle of the freaking hallway.
Yeah, the thing about it is,
I never get
it
that.
sort of confused me because when I was going up to do my panel, they had a line that was okay. It goes down there all the way down the hall, and I'm thinking, is that the line for my panel? And I see the line moving, and it's moving around the hallway. It was actually the line for panel A, but then the line started forming for my own panel because if those two lines coincided, they would have ended up going
but
in the same direction in the same place.
the line management, you know, was just really weird.
At certain points in time,
Yeah.
I think some lines were more well managed. Like my line was
Yeah.
very well managed.
Still, either way, with the line management, they could easily just fix that for
Absolutely.
next year. You know, it's like
That's something that's number one. It's on a case by case basis.
Yeah.
It depends on what staff personnel are handling the line.
Time of day, congestion.
if it's
Event.
been going on every year and it's popular. You know.
Remember that when they were doing the Attack on Titan dub premiere, that line,
Forget it. Forget it.
massive.
Speaking of which, a lot of Attack on Titan cosplays.
Decent amount,
I
yeah.
actually didn't see all that many. So
Oh, I saw at least like 5 or 6 groups. Like, I'm talking a majority of the main cast in groups 5 or 6
I
times.
saw like the older gentleman with I forgot what character he was cosplaying from. He was like bald and he was like older, mustache. And
Oh
everything.
yeah, from Jumanji.
Was it the same guy?
I don't know.
But there was the guy from Jumanji though, and I was actually like, oh.
You mentioned old guy, and there's only one old guy that goes to this con, and this dude who does the Jumanji.
Overall, let's go down the list. Good points about Anime Boston. Go.
What I really like about Anime Boston, just as a convention, not even this specific one, but as a convention, is that it's the programming is focused around anime and Japanese culture, and that I like the hard focus on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot different from Kineticon, where the focus is like kind of mixed between gaming, anime. Anime Boston is
Specifically
about anime.
anime.
Which, yeah, I agree. That's definitely awesome. That's one reason why I really like it. Let's talk about panels. We've already talked about them. There's a lot of awesome panels every year.
A lot of really talented panelists.
Yeah.
But the people who go to Anime Boston, the audience really just wants to know about anime.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think for me is community itself. Some of the photo shoots were fantastic to go to. The cosplayers that you saw, the groups, it was just, it made you feel at home when you got to see like your friends again. You got to hang
It
out.
was really captivating with the
game,
cosplays.
the game room in the third floor. Wow, I was impressed. Japanese machines,
I was in fact
fighting
impressed with the game
games.
room this
There were
time-
shooters.
this time around, which is saying something because
Yeah.
I'm usually not very impressed with game rooms at conventions very often.
They had projector screens like on the freaking walls.
Yeah, they're typically very mediocre.
Typically. That said,
The game room used to be where the artist alley was, or where the artist alley is. I remember.
that was
That was years ago.
But-
Yeah.
But it's like, I do think they could stand to get some more. Like, let's get some actual games about that. Like let's get the Mobile Suit Gundam games in here. Let's get Virtual On in here, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's still like the community itself was very awesome, but let's now go with the bad.
I mean, we did go over a lot of bad in the beginning. The primary bad thing was the line situation and the security. Other than that, I mean, everything else was taken care of. There was plenty of alternatives for food. What else was bad besides the lines and security, dude?
I mean, that's about it.
And that can be applied to like every year in Anime Boston because it's a perpetual thing with this place, especially.
Yeah, I just wish the dealer's room had like more, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
It depends on your taste.
it depends on the year
But at
too.
the same time,
Yeah.
I really think that they could have stood to have some more like high quality.
I found a lot of interesting stuff, but it was definitely lacking. Yeah, I don't necessarily consider that a bad thing because
Not necessarily.
not a lot of people come to the conventions to spend copious amounts of money on plushies and plushies. So
Don't look at the direction. But overall, yeah, I think it's just, as far as the back, it was just annoyances that, it was more mere annoyances and just adjustments that we have to get, that we keep getting used to every year because it just happens.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, with this year being the theme for track and field, next year's theme is going to be retro.
ew.
This could be very interesting.
I'm 100% on board.
Retro anime.
Gunbuster.
Retro video
Macross,
games.
old
Cowboy
Gun
Bebop.
series.
Yeah.
It's not retro.
I'm so ready for some of that Cowboy Bebop.
Thundercats.
But it's not an anime.
You're done.
Transformers.
It's time to stop.
Listen. Fucking ass OVAs. The Guyver.
Retro? Alright, so I'm gonna cosplay Attack on Titan. That's a classic, right?
Yeah, go cosplay Attack on Titan. Like someone's like, oh,
Space Battleship Yamato.
No, thank you. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me.
No, the old one, not 2199.
Whatever.
when people say
Neon Genesis.
you consider that old now?
Yeah, like, I mean,
Yes.
With the movies?
Okay,
Okay,
we're talking
well,
about the initial run of it.
Okay,
Read
okay.
it.
here's the thing. We first need to establish what retro is.
Okay, anything before 1990.
Okay, 90% of the people going to this convention weren't even born in the 90s, bro.
So they're going to heavily rely on retro video games and some of the older animes. Some of the Studio Ghibli films.
Ghibli?
Oh,
Ghibli?
Ghibli. Lupin or Lupin the Third could be a great option.
That promotes thievery. Let's not have that.
For fuck's sake.
I'm being that.
We're giving you people. We're giving you gold,
Don't do Lupin.
dude. It's
You're
awesome.
Thank you. Nobody's ever said that about me.
What the fuck's
Plenty of
going
people
on?
said that about
It
me.
must be. Never mind.
Well, never mind.
I'm good with. I'm 100% on. With
There
the
were a lot
retro.
more pros than there were cons
Yeah.
at this convention.
Absolutely.
And it was
As
just-
with every time anime awesome as well.
As far as the bad, it was just annoyances that could be addressed and hopefully improved on. So
They can be alleviated, but will they? No. So don't expect
it's like, will there be a better tomorrow? I don't know. Don't look at me.
At conventions, it's the Lions world. We're just living in it. I'm so sorry.
That fucking plushie.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. It's time to stop. Ceremony, Geeky Panda.
Closing ceremony.
Harry Carey in the bathroom.
A lot of people are said that I think people are, when they talk about this convention, they're going to over exaggerate, and maybe they won't come. But this convention still has a lot going for it. Personally, you just have to wait and see every year. Every year it could bring something great to the table, or it could bring something really annoying. But hopefully they'll like it. Let's go for next year.
You should definitely go to these conventions with considering it a fresh slate each year, because
Absolutely.
there are drastic changes in some areas.
Don't have the bar set high. Set it at a good point, and if your expectations break, that's awesome.
Don't have a bar at all. Just go to the convention.
There we go.
You don't need expectations. Just go for it.
Well, smooth registration. Never mind.
Yeah, no, just go to the con.
Just go to the
Just
con.
go to the con.
Time there.
Nothing's ever smooth. The plan never goes according to plan. The
Yeah,
plan.
no.
They call me on myself.
Did you see that Drake cosplayer?
There was a Drake cosplayer.
There was a Drake cosplayer.
Oh, there was a Bernie Sanders
There was a Bernie
cosplayer. There was a
Sanders,
Donald Trump. Oh God, fuck that guy.
Raptor Jesus, of course, makes. There was a Raptor Jesus.
I know there were a couple. Jesus Christ.
There were a
Yeah.
couple T-Rexes in those blow-ups.
Yeah, the T-Rex.
The worst kind of people. If you cosplay that, I'll kill you. I hate those T-Rexes.
There was a shark from the Katy Perry thing. I saw one. All right, that's it for today, folks. Overall, I think I can't say we had some fun, great moments at this convention. This is I'm the Geeky Panda here from the Geeky Panda blog.
And I'm Psycho.
Either way.
Anyway.
What are we doing?
We're still fucking rambling here. Either way here, folks. I hope you had fun this year at Anime Boston.
I
Enjoy.
recommend going to next year's.
Don't forget, 2017 RuneScape podcast,
No.
hosted by Time Enforcer
just-
Anubis.
It's time to stop.
Just end that.
Make sure you follow up on our individual sites for more Anime Boston content. Thank you for coming. Post down in the comment box what you thought about Anime Boston.
Don't forget to go to Iyashikei.moe for all the greatest articles about things that matter to you, like anime.